Time for the updated Heisman list after week 9 of the college football season. At 1, we got Julian Sayin, and honestly, not a lot to be said about Julian Sayin. Ohio State was on a bye week this week, but people above him didn't play great, so he's getting moved up. Sayin is 8th in passing touchdowns and 1st in passing efficiency, but I would like to see him get some yards up before I'm ready to crown him the Heisman winner. Next up, we got Justice Haynes. Justice Haynes comes back from injury and rushes for 152 yards and 2 touchdowns against little brother Michigan State. Yeah, you're going to be getting moved up when you do that. Next up, we got Jaden Mayava, and Jaden Mayava is another guy that was on a bye week that is getting moved up because of poor play above him this week. Mayava is 5th in the country in passing efficiency and 3rd in the country in passing yards per game. Those 15 touchdowns on the year. Jaden Mayava is having a very good year. Next up, we got Fernando Mendoza. Now, I'm moving Fernando Mendoza down a little bit. He didn't have a very good game against UCLA. He threw for 168 yards and 1 interception on the day. But he did also throw for 3 touchdowns and ran for 45 yards and 1 touchdown, so still not a terrible day and definitely not enough to be moved off the list entirely. At 5, we got Gunnar Stockton, and Gunnar Stockton was on a bye week, so there's really not a ton to be said about him. Obviously didn't have a good week, didn't have a bad week, didn't play this week. But we're just going to keep him right here at 5. At 6, we got Ty Simpson, and I said last week what was keeping Ty Simpson really high on this list was the consistently never really having a bad game. Then Ty Simpson went and had a pretty bad game. 24 for 43 against South Carolina, and that is not a great completion percentage at all. 253 yards in the air and 2 touchdowns, and that's not a horrible game, but that's not a Heisman game either. I think moving him down when the biggest thing keeping him up has been consistency is fair after this. But don't worry, Tide fans, there's still a lot of football to be played this year, and he can definitely keep moving his way back up. 7, we got Ahmed Hardy. Now, Ahmed Hardy played really well earlier in the season, then didn't play very well the last couple of games. This week, he had 97 yards on the ground, no touchdown. Played fine, I guess, but couldn't take the game over against Vanderbilt when they needed him to. Performance was enough to keep him on the list, but definitely not enough to move up the list. And in the last spot at 8, we have Dante Moore, and I really struggled whether I wanted to move him off the list or not. This week was not a very good week for Dante Moore. He went 9 for 15 with 86 yards and no passing touchdowns, but they played in a monsoon and he left in the 3rd quarter with an injury. Combined with the fact that he is still 8th in the country in passing efficiency, I am going to keep him on the list, but he is in really big danger if he doesn't turn it around and have a really good game against Iowa in 2 weeks. Here's my Heisman list after week 9 of the 2025 college football season. Let me know in the comments who I missed, who I left off this list that I shouldn't have, who I under and who I overrated.